Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back to Portugal and Beyond. I hope you're having a really good day. Today I'm answering another subscriber question, and this is actually a question in a year and a half of doing the videos. It's probably come up about 20 to 30 times, and I've answered it either privately or responding to comments, but not very succinctly because I don't like to be negative to begin with. And I also noticed that a lot of my travel videos, because it's ridiculous to travel in 2022, they come across as being more negative or probably frustrating to people. But this question has come up, and I want to be serious about it, and I think I'm being honest and accurate, although it's going to come across as being negative. Several people ask me, what is your biggest disappointment or disappointments in living in Portugal or living in Lisbon specifically? And I think you know where they're going with this, because usually most of us that are creating content, we're talking about how fantastic and how great everything is. It's rainbows and unicorns. And I think to some degree I've fallen into some of that too. I try to be level-headed and accurate and as unbiased as I can, but I also know I do have inherent biases on certain things here. So to answer that question, what is the biggest disappointment? It's more Lisbon specific, so I can't say the whole country, so I want to be careful about this. But in Lisbon, spending 3 years here and coming here several times before we moved, the biggest disappointment is, I'll say, a cultural one, and it evolves or revolves around three things: graffiti, cigarette butts, dog poop. Those are three things that we live in a residential area. We don't live in a tourist area. So if you're in a tourist area of Lisbon, you may not come across as much dog poop, maybe still cigarette butts. You're going to see graffiti and not necessarily what I would refer to as street art or graffiti that you're going to put on Instagram or take a photo of. It's just graffiti, scribbling for scribbling's sake. Those three things, sometimes I wonder what's going on, because we live on a street where we're one of the few expats or foreigners that live here. It's all Portuguese, and our street is lined with cigarette butts everywhere, dog poop everywhere, and we're starting to see more graffiti on buildings. And the thing that's frustrating is when I see graffiti on the old azulejo tile. That's disheartening, because I think that's very disrespectful to the Portuguese heritage. But I don't know what to chalk that up to. I would like to say it's civic pride, or maybe a lack of civic pride. I don't know if that's the right term, but if you are in Lisbon and you get out of, let's say, the main tourist areas, but I'll even say walking through the Alfama, that area actually, even though that's high tourism, there's a lot of cigarette butts and dog poop there and a lot more graffiti going on. As you're walking through Lisbon, you will notice graffiti, and we're noticing every year that we've been here, we walk by many of the same places. We're noticing graffiti on buildings that didn't have any graffiti at all, and we're just seeing a lot more everywhere. And just, it's a country where a lot of people smoke, and it's not necessarily vaping, it's old school cigarettes, and that's not a problem. But what kind of disappoints me is that on our street there are 8 small trash cans that you can put stuff in right next to the street, and outside every apartment building has a trash bin that gets picked up every couple of nights. And so there's really no excuse why dog poop and cigarette butts are as prevalent as they are. That's something that is disappointing, because when I show people Lisbon, or when I have family or friends come and I want to say, hey, here's the best of Lisbon, oftentimes when I'm making videos for you, when I'm showing them stuff, they make comments going, what's up with all the graffiti everywhere? Or cigarette butts, doesn't anybody use the trash can? Or Inevitably, as you're looking up and around at the tiles or the architecture, you're going to step in dog poop. It's almost inevitable. So those are things that, if I'm thinking of a disappointment, those are three things that kind of are more of a cultural thing that they don't make any sense, because there's enough trash cans everywhere. Lisbon's not lacking for that. It's just a lack of effort made to keep the city clean. And that's something that I wish that there was a better effort made to do that. Outside of that, I really can't think of anything else that comes to mind. Truthfully, that's a disappointment. But if you're going to live in Lisbon, regardless of other parts of Portugal, those are three things that you're going to live with as a way of life. So just have to be aware of that. So thank you for asking those types of questions, and I wanted to be as honest and as real as I could with that. So I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, enjoy your travels. Hey, thanks so much for watching the full video. If you get a chance, and if you're interested in reading some crazy workplace stories, please check out my two books, Magnet of Madness Volume 1 and Volume 2, both available on Amazon in ebook or softcover. If you want to make fun of me, there's plenty of stories where you can do that. If you want to make yourself feel better about the job that you're in, it'll make you feel better too. But crazy stuff that happened over 30 years, you won't believe it until you read it. So thank you so much for watching. And if you get a chance, pick up a copy of one of these on Amazon. Thank you so much.